Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello there, Maneo. It's good to see you. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Welcome, welcome. Matthew Kutzen, good morning. Kutzen, good morning, good morning. Welcome, welcome. It's great to have you guys. Sunny Bunani, Dumelang, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, user. Good morning, Tembi Somabani. Okay, Pascal, good morning. Mum Rabbit, Gulugutu Pagati. Sanbonani, thank you so much for making it to the Rise Again conversation. This is your day. Chichofacho, good morning. Floji, says Helga. Uthini niyaladelwa coach. Yazi. Izinto ezenzekayo is not Ayoba. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much for waking up and joining us in this Rise Again conversation. My name is Begameva Ngube, and I'm so excited to have you here today, watching, listening. I hope you all are good. How was your weekend? Let's start there. How was your weekend? How was your weekend? Pascal, mina yazi ukuthi ngoba umuzi ongakanani. Ekuseni angivuki ngigcwala ijardi. Ngivuka nje ngiyasebenza. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Nomfundo Ndoni, phakathi inside. Good morning. Pascal, when I wake up ekuseni mina ngiyabamba ngila nala. Angicheck nokucheck isikhathi. Oh, I'm glad you had a great weekend. Amazing stuff. Lovely, lovely. Yeah, I also had a busy weekend. Good morning, CD. Good morning, Helga. Good morning, everybody. Am I missing some names? Mpume, good morning. Let's see, who did I miss here? Mam Brevi says, Ubani lo semva kwakho. Who's that guy? That guy. Uaklioti. Ah, my goodness. Sanibonani, this is Jackie. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Who did I miss here? All right, good morning to everybody joining us this morning. Welcome. Palesa, good morning. They better I'm ready, but we recovered, ne? That's important. That's important. No bantu kumalo, sawubona. Good morning. Google Eats, good morning. Nang no dito. Good morning. Kurt Snyder, good morning. Oh, did I send someone an invite by error? By erroneously. Billy, good morning. Madika, good morning, good morning. Londi, good morning. Sianda Ntlamba, good morning. Wow, guys, ngiyabonga kakhulu. Thank you so much for coming through this morning. It's quite an honor and a privilege to have you here. And I will continue to express this. Unomfunda says, the weekend was amazing, spiritual, edifying, church was refreshing, close it with family lunch. Hey! I need any organized as Nomfunda. Asking in Halela. Guys, here's a reminder from my Neo. Please, let's tap our screens, invite more people. Let's do that. Tap the screen. Let's go to, let me see, where are we now? Let's go to 5,000. Oh, guys, I don't know how to do this. Stambile, Dumela, you haven't been here for a while. Where have you been? Guys, hey, Mina, I know all of you. Ninazi no Kenji. I just know all of you. Jackie, good morning, sir. Good morning. Tammy, good morning, good morning, good morning. Nasbota, good morning. Mom Pamela, good morning. Dimakazo, good morning, good morning. So guys, yeah, let's get going into our conversation this morning. We are starting a new week, and those who are with us on the WhatsApp group, I've sent my prayers for you this morning. It's going to be a great week ahead of us. Will challenges be there? Definitely there will be challenges, but guess what? This is our week. It has been given to us. We are in it to win it. So make sure that you also gear up and don't allow challenges to put you off and make you think otherwise. Whatever that you have decided to say, this is what I'm going to do today, this is what I'm going to do this week, this month, this year, continue. In the face of all of the challenges that you are facing, that are facing you, face them and tell yourself, I'm going to win. This time it's my time and I'm going to win. So that is very, very important. And you will remember that, hey, Bongi, good morning. I always encourage you to have a selected mindset. Select and choose your mindset, choose your attitude and lock it in. So that whatever comes, whatever happens, you are just there. You are just there and nothing can shake you, nothing can change you. So please make sure that you are clearly decided in your mind on how you're going to navigate this life this year. So today, I received a message this morning, right? A testimony. I received a message this morning and this person says to me, Coach, I have great news. Namisile, good morning. You love the background, ne? Yes. So this person says, Coach, I have great news. I got a job. Okay? And not just a job, but this job is in another province, far away. I've never been there. I'm so excited and I'm so scared, but I want to take the risk. I want to take the risk. And when they mentioned that, I was also reminded of a time when I also have had to make a decision, to take the risk and take the leap of faith. And also if it wasn't for Upunju, I wouldn't have made it. But she said, listen, this is what you've always wanted. And now that it's here, you're not backing down. Go for it, my love. And I felt like Superman. I said, yes, I'm going. I went for it. And I think this message I received today really activated something in my mind, or rather a conversation that I would love to engage with you on, which is really about being a risk taker, or about, risk taking, which I think is a very, very important, aspect of life or quality in a person, especially if you, you want to do something special with your life. You want to give your life some meaning and some direction. So I believe that being a risk taker comes in very handy in that kind of situation where you want to really, change your life for the better. Ndeba, good morning. Coach Lama Coach. The eagle has landed. Good morning. Thank you so much for being here this morning. Charlene, good morning. So when you want to change your life, there's just no way that you will make it without taking any kind of risk or some kind or some measure of risk. I remember there was this motivational speaker on the radio. He used to say there are people who are risk takers and there are people who are caretakers, right? And people who are takers, these are people who are always, taking care, always careful about everything they want to do. They always calculate the what if, I must be careful about this. They always want to play it safe. And if you are going to be successful, Wenanyari, you really need to be willing to take the risk, right? And if you're not willing to take the risk, sometimes you're going to lose a lot of opportunities. You're going to sometimes not even a lot of opportunities, but you are going to lose and miss out on that one opportunity that can really change your life. But because you're not willing to take the risk, then you're always going to be on a back foot. You're always going to be sitting and standing where you are. Because life, if we become honest about it, life on its own is a risk, isn't it? Life on its own is a risk. So if you are not going to take it, intentionally and decide, I want to take the risk, you're not going to make it. You're going to live standard, a substandard life. And I always tell you that if you are here in the Rise Against Squad, you cannot accept to be just ordinary. You cannot accept for your life to continue being J the way that it has always been. Why are you here? We are not here. I'm not here to be an additional person in your life who just speaks, because you have many other people that you speak to, isn't it? You have many other people that you listen to who are speaking almost what I speak about. Isn't it? You have sometimes, sometimes I scroll on TikTok and I find you sitting in other conversations. Ngisho ngithi we book na morning. Okay, I'm just being funny. But I'm just saying to you, there are many other things that, make sense out there. So I don't want to be one more. I don't want to be another. What's about, he makes sense when he speaks. I don't want to make sense. I want to make changes. I want to make a difference, So, and you also, if you want to change your life, you must be intentional about certain decisions and risks that you must take. You must be willing. And I'm telling you, life on its own is a risk. It is a risk. Just stepping out of your house, getting into your car, you're already on risk mode. Because you can have an accident. Someone can knock you off. You can die. You can be paralyzed. Something can happen. Isn't it? You applied for the job. You get the job. Just being there at work, doing your work, you are at risk. You can make a mistake and be fired. Isn't it? To start a family, to fall pregnant, it's a risk. Everything is a risk in this life. But in order for you to succeed in certain things, there are certain things that require you to make intentional decisions to risk. To build a house, it's a risk. It can fall on us, isn't it? But we build it anyway. So people who are risk takers are not the same as these people who are caretakers. Always be cautious about what if it goes wrong? What if I don't win? What if? Always calculating the possibility of failing. Oh, she's here. I'm talking about you. I won't tell you the name. All right? They got a job in another province. And she says, I want to take the risk. I don't know anyone there. I don't know the place, but I'm going. And that's what it takes. That's what it takes. When I also got the job in Free State, guys, I went. I said, Bunju, here's an opportunity. But I'm not a one-man show. Yesterday I put on my status, my decisions will always affect and impact those who are around me. So I said, opportunity is here and I need to discuss it with you. And she said, listen, you've been looking for this for the longest time. Now that it has come, don't tell me it's out of Gauteng. Go. And we took the opportunity. We took the risk. I left my wife alone with the kids. In agreement, obviously. I did not persuade her, but she said, baby, listen, this is what you wanted, again. So let's go. We are not losing anything. You'll be back. You'll come here when, on weekends and when you have time. And I did that, So, and that opportunity, that risk which I took, it added value and created so much of a difference for us, So you really need to be willing to take the important risks. Helga, what Hamba says, how do you know who to sis? Or robot? You're with me? So you must be willing to take the risk. And I've also made some short notes after I saw the message and I thought about Guti. One of the things that happens when you are willing to take the risk, number one is it gives you a sense of achievement. You feel good, I've done something, right? You feel good, and simply because it pulls you out of your comfort zone. I could have been comfortable about being here in Gauteng. This person could also be comfortable about being where they are and feel like, I know, and whatever. But they made the decision, you know what? I want to take the risk. It's a heartfelt decision. You know, so when you are willing to make the risk, to take the risk, it gives you a sense of achievement. And you feel good now. And what the other thing that it does is that it increases your intentionality. Because when you arrive in that place, when you get into the space where you have made the risk for, you have took the risk for, you're not going there to play. I went to the Free State. I was not going there to play. I went there to be known, to make something for myself. And guess what? I did. My name was known. La ngizoperforma la. I'm not here to be taking here and being homesick. No, I'm here to do something important. You with me? So when you take the risk, it increases your intensity and your intentionality about succeeding, because you know with Pelala, I made a sacrifice. I took a risk here. So I cannot go back empty-handed. I cannot go back home empty-handed. I need this thing to work for me. And I know there are some risks that you will take the risk and you benefit nothing, but nothing tangible. But in your mind, in your heart, in your person, in your character, you would have achieved so much. You would have achieved so much. And what it also does is it gives you a chance to change your story. You with me? When you take a risk, it gives you a chance to change your story. It gives a chance to start a new chapter. Iyavakala kodwa because that's what happens when I left, right? When this person leaves, their story will start to change. There will be a different conversation, coming in, because now this person has made a decision that causes a shift in their lives. And that's what a risk does. When you take a risk, it shifts certain things in your life. There are certain things that are just going to shift. I've also seen of especially women who take the risk of marrying this person who's going to take you away from where you are born, where you've lived, and cross over to another place far away from home. But because this is what you want, this is the life experience you want to create, you make the decision and you take the risk. Utsamaya le yena. Kitsamaya le motho wa ka, wherever. Isn't it? So that's what it does. So when you take the risk, it allows you an opportunity to change your story. Your story changes every time you take a risk, every time you make a sacrificial decision. Your story will definitely change. Your story will change, right? So I spoke about a sense of achievement. I spoke about changing your story, but also very, very important, Mamela, when you take a risk, it allows you to learn something about yourself. Like now, this person said, I don't know anyone there. I don't know the place there. And as they go in that area, they're going to discover things about themselves they never thought they had. They're going to even start doing things they never thought they could do. Many times when we take the risk, you always land at a spot where you say, I never thought I would do this. I never thought. I remember this when I spicy. Angazubuya all this time. Mamela, I remember when there was a snake expo in Soweto. Okay? I was working in Soweto at the time. And I decided to go, right? When I arrived there, they were showing off different kinds of snakes. And I'm like, yeah. So many snakes. I never thought there's so many kinds of different snakes. And I thought, ngicela ukuyibamba. Ngikopa ukuyithwara. And then I picked up, they gave me I think it's a python. Guys, ngayibamba inhlwathi. Thwari, ngayithwara thwari. Ndayiphakamisa ndayibeka apha emqaleni. That snake was so cold, ngathi phuma efrijini, and there I was with a snake on my shoulders, and I was like, hey, picture quickly, quick. I'm leaving. And after that I thought, my goodness, I never thought I could actually do this. My goodness, you know. So and that's what risk taking does. It gets you to realize, good hi man, nesibindi yazi, I'm actually stronger than what I thought I am, right? But I'm not going back there, guys. I don't play with snakes like that, you know. And the funny thing, guys, Mamelan, I would rather hold a snake than a rat or a mouse. I gag. Guys, I used to be afraid of amagundan. Yo. But you know, once you are married, once you are a father of the house, and they say, Nali Gundwan, everyone is standing on the couches and on the tables. What do you do, Baba? What do you do, Teddy? Standile. I had to. Our Father who art in heaven, help me. Make this thing to go out on its own. Let me open this door. Ah, my goodness. I would rather hold a snake than a mouse. You know? But now when you take that risk, it just activates something different in you. You are feeling good, okay, I'm actually stronger than I thought. You know? And Namanje, if we can go to a snake expo, I can actually pick up a snake. Hi, sing lekgotlo. Ha bana beso, ntshwareleng. All right? So so that's what it does, right? So when you take the risk, you learn some things about yourself that you never thought you could do. Yeah, the Gundan and the hero. When you are a father of the house, man, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Pascal, it's crazy. So let's get back to it. So risk taking is important because it causes you to discover things about yourself that you never thought that you actually had. You never thought that you actually have those qualities. But when you take the risk, it just unleashes you. Right? The other thing that I would love to do is bungee jumping. I'd love to do that. But this is a born. Hamurena adumates. Ah, my goodness. And then the next thing that it does, like now I'm saying, Wuti, I think if I were to be in another situation and there's a snake, you know what? I can actually handle a snake. Not that I know how to deal with a snake, but because of the risk I took before and I was able to be in that snake environment, I think the next time I see a snake, I'm not going to be as scared as I usually was. Right? And which leads me to the next point. What it does is risk taking. What it does is it increases your self of confidence. It increases your confidence. I mean, now, if I can get another job in Dubai, what will I do? I will go. Because I know I have the experience of leaving home, right? I'm not looking forward, guys, to leaving my home. I don't want to do that anymore, okay? But let's say life permits and life puts us at that point. I'm going to do it gladly because I've been there before and I know how to navigate and how to handle myself in that situation. So when you continue to be a risk taker, it builds and increases your confidence. It increases your confidence, right? So you must be willing to do that. And what it does, Mamela, and I want to use my experiences. When I left for Free State, I remember the team that I was part of, there was a big project coming up, right? And in this project, what they needed one person from each province, right? But not just any one person. They needed a person with enough experience. And guess what? I was only 2 months in that role because remember, I just took the job. I was 2 months in that role and I was the only person there, right? And what did that do? It gave me that opportunity because there had to be a representation from the province that I was in. So when you take the risk, it opens up new opportunities for you. So as I was there, the email comes in to say, a big project is coming. We need one person from each province, but this person must have this kind of experience. And guess what? I was only 2 months, and that project needed people who are 5 years plus in the role with a vast experience. And because I was the only one there, the opportunity had to land on me. And you know, once I said it's my opportunity, ngiyabulala. I'm not going to let it slide. I'm going to give it my all. You know, so when the opportunity came, then I went in with the team, and when everyone was introducing themselves, I'm 15 years experience, I'm this. I said, oh Tixo, and this will tetanto up. Manditule. And then they pointed at me, Bekameva. So tell us your background. Background? Which one? You mean for this one? You know? And I said, no, I'm only 2 months in the role, and I'm looking forward to learning and see what the project is all about. And I hope that I'll be a valuable member. Hey, I keep it English. You know? But I made sure that because this opportunity has opened up, let me make sure that I grab it and I give it my all. And I did that. At the end of the program, I was the one who received a round of applause, and my name was flying all over to say, hey, that guy, he's the go-to person. Into bengayazi. You know, but because the opportunity has come, I took the risk, and now I cannot just be here and just be additional. One more. Oh, because we don't have any representation, so we just had to bring him in because he's the only one there. No, I'm not just the only one. I'm the one. You know? I'm the one, and I had to prove it. I sat and I prepared myself. Yo, guys, opportunity. Don't waste an opportunity when you have one. Okay? And then the other thing, very important, is that when you are continually taking risks in your life, it builds your resilience. It gives you that bounce back, come back, rise again power. Because on the journey, you are going to have challenges. On the journey, you are going to be tested in many ways. In some instances, you might actually feel like you are failing, or it's too hard for you. But because you have made a clear decision to take that risk, it causes you to say, you know what, I must be, isn't it? I must just hold on. I must press on. I have to make this work. I left my kids at home with my wife. I left this and that. I left my family. So I cannot just be here and taking and crying and all of these things. No, I'm going to work hard. I'm going to give it my best. I am going to be known for this particular role. I'm going to make sure that they know that in the Free State, there's a guy. In the Free State, there's a guy, you know? So, and I worked so hard. So my resilience then became stronger. More projects came, which were more challenging than that one. But because of what I've been through already, I was more resilient. I could have more conversations. I could ask more questions. I was not even afraid to be vulnerable and explain that I have no idea. I have no experience, but can you just give me, a foundation? I will build from there, So it allowed me to be resilient, and also allowed me to be, vulnerable, and open myself up and say, you know what? I just need more information on this so that I can be able to do it accordingly. I'll be asking you questions. Please just bear with me for a short while. Once I get it, you won't hear from me ever. Yeah, I remember when I got my first job as a security guard. Guys. And I said to them, I'm a fast learner. Learn what? Security. What are you here to learn? So, yeah. But another thing, guys, about, when you take risks, sometimes it may not work out as you thought. But because you did it right initially, you did it with the right intention, and you gave it your all, there should not be any regrets. You may feel a sense of disappointment because ayisebenzanga, right? Because it didn't work out. But I don't regret that I've actually made that sacrifice. I don't regret that I've actually taken that risk. Right? End of my notes. But again, let's continue. It's also important for you to be very conscious whenever you make a decision to take a risk. Ne? And in a way, Yoguti, your risk must always, well, not always, but there must be a time where you are calculating the risk that you are taking. Have you ever heard about calculated risk? Yes. There are times when you need to take calculation, calculate and consider and think and evaluate before you take the leap of faith, before you take that leap to say, you know what, I'm going in. Think about it. Think about it. It's like, for example, when, this is not a good example, but let's use it anyway. A person is 22 years old, right? You're 22 years old, you don't have a degree, you don't have an education, you don't have a job, and you have dreams though. And then, Nangoma Statue Vela wants to marry you. I can tell you now, if you don't calculate that decision, you might be compromising your future. You might be compromising your future, because once you get locked into a marriage situation, your whole life changes, right? Which it shouldn't, but 99% of the time, once you get married, you get invested into the marriage itself, which is not a wrong thing. And you find that these things that you wanted to do, they somehow get sidelined, or you forget yourself and you focus more on your partner and the life that you are creating. So if you are very intentional, you have to calculate certain risks, certain decisions. You have to calculate them. Okay, if I want to do this now, which sounds great, what will be the advantage? What will be the disadvantage? How will this affect? Sometimes even a good thing, you must ask yourself, Uguti, how will this affect me in the negative side? How will it affect me? So I can tell you one thing. For example, I love my wife. I love Upunju with my everything. Okay? And we got married when we were younger. We were 23, 20, 22, 23. Yes. Okay? So, and only now, 19 years later, 19, 17, when from the past 3 years, we started getting real busy with our education, right? She is educated now. She has her degree. She has, she's doing her other stuff, right? Nami nyatoto banyana. You understand? So, but for the longest time, we lost track of our own personal development. We lost track of our own passions and our own interests and desires. And we were invested in the marriage. We were invested in abantuana and all of those things. And now when you want these better opportunities, you apply, and then the question is, do you have a degree in what? Do you have 5 years experience in this? And once you click no, you're out. You see, you are just out. So if you make a decision without calculating the risk, you might be compromising. Yeah, but so that's why in some instances, there are some decisions, some risks that when you want to take it, you must really calculate and ask yourself important questions. And talk to whoever that you need to talk to and say, you know what, this will be a great opportunity for me. However, I don't think this is the time now. Let me tell you, there was a time this opportunity opened up, right? So the opportunity opens up for me, and because I have seen what was happening around in the space where I was operating, and the opportunity required a certain level of skill, a certain level of execution and experience, but it was open to me. You know what I said? Because I thought about it, and I saw how many people in that role were actually even getting hospitalized, others resigning in a short time. And I was working behind them, supporting them, And then I realized, okay, this role requires 1, 2, 3, and 4, which I don't have at the moment. You know what I did? Someone said to me, did you apply? I said, no. But why? You'll be the right guy. I said, no. I am the right guy, but not now. Okay, I'm the right guy, but not now. I'm not ready for it. I'm not ready. I don't have the right level of skill and execution that is required at that level. And after declining it, you know what I did? I signed up with a coach. I signed up with a coach. For 2.5 years, I was under coaching, setting up meetings every 2 weeks, and we were there. And I was building the mindset for the space because I had view of the space. Then I knew what it is. Here you must be thinking at a different level. And I want to understand what is the mindset that one must have to operate in there. 2.5 years. I was working with the coach every 2 weeks, sitting with the coach, making notes, asking questions, and they would challenge my thinking and all of those things. And when the time came, I did not even apply. I was given back again, Tata. Ungasitshela story this time. Ngena, sifuna wena. Ngathi nisho endodeni. It is me. I am the one. I'm the one. You understand? Then I went in and I did what I was supposed to do. So that risk, when I declined it, someone thought, yes, the opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Not for me. I mean, I operate under grace. The grace of God is sufficient for me. It will open up. If God sees it fit for me, it will come. I'm not going to look for it. It will look for me. And I took 2 years with a coach. And why mara ninga sign up in a coach nini? Ngitsheleni why ninga sign up ukucoachiwa? Anyway, so that helped me, right? So, and abanye abantu, guys, abanye abantu, let's just take it a little bit up. Abanye abantu in life, they are destroying their own lives. Ne? Nifuna ukuzilawula, ne? Do you know there was someone I was coaching? I don't think they're still attending the sessions here. This person literally said, hey, hi, coach. Ngeke ngikhona ngicela ungasangifonela siyeke. Uzongiphathisa ikhanda. And akusayeka kwangempela, you know? Because when you are being coached, you are being challenged. You are being challenged to stretch yourself, and we have deeper, meaningful conversations, right? So, but then you really need to be intentional and say, I want to change my life, and it requires me to take the risk. And what else do I need to do? Because even signing up with the coach is a risk, because uyosebenza on yourself, right? But let's get back. A lot of people today in life, even me at some point in my life, I took risks which were risking the well-being of my life. There are people today who are making decisions and taking a risk that is just going to disrupt the entire life that you have created, the ecosystem of your life. How many marriages are destroyed today because the man took the risk of having a girlfriend? How many marriages are destroyed today because the woman, the wife, made a decision to have a boyfriend? They took the risk and they compromised everything they were building all these years just for something passing by the street. And maybe at the time you might think, when you have valid reasons you can explain, but how do you explain the disaster that has now befallen you and your family? How many people today, you know that your health is not in good standing, but you still continue to eat the wrong kind of food? You are taking the risk against yourself. How many people, they know that a late coming at work can cost them their job, but they continue doing it. They continue arriving late at work. They've paid for their school fees, the courses they want to do, but yet you are not studying. You are taking the risk. You're with me? So we therefore need to be very, very honest and intentional about how we live our lives. I'm not a perfect man. If I can tell you my life journey and life stories, you can say, coach, now. You understand? But because we get to a time where we just follow our emotions, our hearts, without using our minds, and we take the uncalculated risks, and we mess up our lives, we mess up our families, we mess up our health, we mess up our finances. Some people here, you took the risk, watati loan nokuthi boyisaphi. Today you are paying a loan for the next 72 months and you can't even point to this is what I did with that money. You took the uncalculated risk. Today you are over indebted because of not calculating, being impulsive. You with me? So you've got to really be intentional to say, how do I correct myself? Is this the risk worth taking? Mamela, I think in telling something, guys, be very, especially in my relationships, be very careful about your heart. Your heart is the worst thing you have. Use your mind, calculate your decisions, calculate every move you are making in respect of your relationship, in respect of your marriage, in respect of the life you have with your children. Don't just give in anyhow. Calculate every step you are taking. Because tomorrow, you're going to be left with a mountain that you don't even know how to begin to climb. You with me? So when you take a risk, as I said, there are certain risks that we really need to calculate. No matter how exciting it can be, no matter how much of a good time this other person is giving you, you are playing with fire. You are taking a risk that you are not even thinking with. Once the fire ignites, you won't be able to put off that fire. You won't even know phambili kephi emuva kephi, because when you're just following your heart, doing you, I'm doing me. Okay, continue do you. Let's see where you will take you. Are you with me? So life is a risk on its own. But if you want to get into a risky situation, calculate, think about it. Is it worth it? You know, one of the questions I posted on my WhatsApp status yesterday, I was just on something else. When you make a decision to take a risk, think about not only the consequences, think about, is this what I want to remember? Are you with me? Now you are in a situation, you are taking a decision, right? And you know what the outcomes will be. As you see what the outcomes will be in Ntobezi, ask yourself, is this what I want to experience? Is this what I want to have locked up in my memory? Because whatever you are deciding to do, whatever risk that you decide to take, the outcomes are going to stay in your mind. And many people today, you made a decision and the outcomes have stayed in your mind and you are traumatized. You are triggered all the time because of what happened in the past. I'm not talking about things that were done to you, but I'm talking about things that you decided to do. You took the risk and today it is here, playing in your mind, messing up with you. And now you must be under counseling. Now you need this. Now you need this. Now you have changed. Some of us, we have become monsters because of our own choices. We took the risk on something that was not supposed to have happened, but we went in anyway. You agreed to be in a relationship with someone that you knew you were not supposed to be with this person. You were not supposed to entertain them, but you took the risk. And look today how your life is. It has stolen your peace. It has stolen your wellness. It has stolen your inner comfort. But you have a chance today to make a decision to say, I made an uncalculated decision. I took the risk and it has messed up with me. It has disturbed my life. But today, I am making a decision to correct myself, to correct my life, to forgive myself for that decision. I am forgiving myself. I am forgiving the other person, depending on what the situation is. And I'm going to start again. And I'm not going to start on my own. I'm going to seek the face of God and say, Lord, have mercy on me. You are a God of second chances. The Bible says the mercies of God are new every morning. So as you are awake right now, on this session, Mamela, the mercy of God is on you. Don't be too hard on yourself. You made a decision, you took the risk, and it disrupted your life. Listen to me. The Lord is on your side. God is not against you. No one is punishing you. We are only, all of us, we are getting the consequences of our actions. But today, we are making a decision to say, I'm correcting my life. I want to take the calculated risk of correcting and fixing my life. You can. It is on you. Make that decision today. Forgive yourself, let it go, and don't entertain it anymore. Tell this person, I'm sorry. Ngiyahamba. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen anymore. I didn't mean to do this, but I made the wrong decision. I made the wrong decision. Kodwa ke manje, I am correcting it. And sometimes when you are correcting yourself, when you want to bring your life back on track, it's also a risk because you're going to fight with these other people or person, right? So when you want to correct your life, you will definitely become the bad person again. But it's part of the process that you must bear with. And sometimes even your apologies and your asking for forgiveness may not even make sense to others because it's not about them. They still think, Utwena, you are just this, and that. You understand? So, but you made the decision. Uti Uplended, I left my job to study and afterwards didn't get the rewards. You understand? But also look on the positive side. What did you get? You got the education, isn't it? You got the personal development. You got the empowerment. So how do you use what you got to the future? And she says, today I have a big decision to make, and that big failure keeps me from progressing. So the thing is, and as I was saying, we have made those decisions, but don't let it hold you hostage. The future is calling you. And earlier we said that when you have made a decision and you took the risk, right? It must actually build your confidence for the next decision to take another risk, but this time more wiser. This time, more experienced. You know what happened last time. So when you calculate, be very intentional. Don't allow the past to hold you hostage. Learn from it. What can I take from that past experience? What can I take so that I can progress to this next one? You with me? And then you do that. And I'm telling you, you are going to rise above yourself. You're going to rise above the risk, the failure, and the past, and all of those things. Our past actually should be our building blocks for the future. You with me? Our past must be our building blocks for the future. But now, more wiser. Someone said, fail is first action in learning. So what do I have to learn from this particular failure, from this particular risk that I took, which did not give me the rewards? What do I have to learn there? What can I learn there which will be a building block or a tool that I can use to continue building, because I can't be stuck. There's still more in you. The fact that now you're faced with another decision is because life still wants you to come to the party. Life is still calling you forth to say, Wozakil, you've got this. Yes, yesterday you made a mistake. Yes, yesterday you failed, but today is a new day. Come on, it's calling you forth. Jesus is calling you on the water. Come. You with me? And all of us, we have the power. We said in my notes earlier that when you are a risk taker, it builds your resilience, your comeback power, your bounce back, your rise again spirit. So I have made this decision. It did not work, but this time I yangena. This time guleyona yangena, because remember, the past is over, right? It's over. You are just reliving it in your mind. You with me? So decide, what do I have to learn from what happened in the past? Let me take from that and build on to the future. Because you still have dreams. You still have things you want to do and experience and achieve and do and celebrate. But we can't say hello to today if we don't say goodbye to yesterday. You've got to say goodbye. You've got to say goodbye. And we move forward. And that is all I have for you today. My time is up and I want to thank you for yours. This is your day and I'm saying to you, rise again. All right. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Right? So I hope this conversation today added value to you and that is going to set you on the right direction to make your calculated risks and make decisions that are going to take you to the next level of what you want to do and achieve with your life. Mamelanige, on Saturday, no, this Wednesday, on Valentine's Day, I'm going to have a family session with Punju, and we are going to be talking to you about family. Please I think we have decided we are going to do it here on TikTok, so that if you want to ask a question, you can come up and then we can talk. So Punch is going to be here and we are going to be together here. And then on Saturday, we are going to have a Rise Again business breakfast with people who are in business here in Midrand at the Inani Hotel. So please come through. I'm going to send a registration for that particular one. But the big one on the 27th of April. Hey, lalelani guys. 27th April, we have our first conference for this year. Mamela, please start paying today. Okay, start paying today. My number is on my bio, isn't it? I'll send you my banking details for you to make your payment and send your proof of payment. And it's going to be at 8 Bongiwe. So please, kuzo zonke izinto, let's not miss out the first conference. Okay? Don't miss out the first conference this year in April on the 27th. I need all of you from wherever Lani Vela corner. Okay? Please, it's going to be a very, very great time together. I can't wait to see you live in the live. Okay? So please, my number is on my bio. I'm going to send out the post, I think tomorrow. I sent it through for button edit. Right, I did it and I send it for edits with a professional. Okay, so she'll do that for us and check it for me. Okay, so please arrange yourself, guys. Ninesikhathi esiningi umuntu ngekeze ngo-April umuntu bengafuni vele. Okay, no matter where you are, say Cape Town, say Beach Town, whatever town, you must come. Okay, so I'm going to send it the poster between tomorrow and Wednesday. My person is just busy with it today. Bamba. Okay, so please make sure that you avail yourself. Okay, for that one. So that being said, my friends, it's a big thank you. You can message me, you can send a voice note, you can send an email, you can send a WhatsApp, and I'll make time to connect with you later in the day. Okay, my time is up. I thank you for yours. This is your day, and I'm saying to you, rise again. God bless you. Bye-bye. Ngiyacima.